Uh, Yevheniia Kravchuk, Member of Parliament in Ukraine, thank you for taking time to join us today. This is a difficult day for people in Ukraine. I know that you're not in Ukraine at the moment, but you're on Ukraine's business in Strasbourg. But you know what's happening. So tell us what's taking place in Ukraine.
Well, my 8 years old daughter was sending me messages, SMS from the bomb shelter in her school. So yes, I know what's going on in Ukraine, of course, and we all woke up with information about massive missile attack that took place today in the morning, starting at 6 in the morning in different cities, not just Kiev, because we probably all saw the pictures from the central street of Kiev and these burned cars, people just burned alive and they were just driving to their work in the morning. Also, we had a massive attack on the infrastructure that gives heat and electricity. Well, mainly because it's not too cold. It's about electricity. So right now, our government took a decision to have the plant blackouts in Kiev as well, in Kiev region, to save electricity, to make sure that hospitals and other social objects will get enough of electricity. And we hope to, all the needed operations on these infrastructures. So, maybe in few days, it will go back to normal. And we expected it because Russia, as our intelligence said, we're planning to target infrastructure which is responsible for energy to harm as many civilians as possible.
So what do you know about casualties right now?
It looks like that it's up to 10 people in Kiev that died in this attack, and mostly they were in the cars. And also at least 4 died in Dnipro, which is in the east of Ukraine. I'm not aware of any casualties in Western Ukraine, though there were attacks, as I said, on civilians' infrastructure. So at least 4 regions do not have electricity at all. And as I said, we are rebalancing our energy system to make sure that some of the regions will just have a 2 hours blackout, and it's in the evening. In any country, there is a peak of energy resources receiving because all of the people return from their work. So we ask people to use less electricity, not to turn on any things that take a lot of electricity.
We've been told that there were close to 80 missiles fired at Ukraine today, or maybe more than that, but a good number of them were shot down by Ukrainian Air Force and other forces. What have you heard about that?
One of the missiles was shot just over my summer house, where we go and we have a little garden there. I don't know, maybe it's already on my garden. No time to check how the parts where they flew. But yes, it was 84 missiles, and right now we have another air alert. So I assume the number of missiles sent to Ukrainian cities can be more until the end of the day. More than half were shot, and if you compare it to the February 24th, when it all started, the massive attack started, it was more than 200. And less missiles were shot. So that proves that, almost 8 months later, our air defense system is capable of shutting down at least half of the things that are flying. By the way, also they used a massive attack on these drones, Iranian drones, Shaheeds, and most of them were shut down as well. But what does it mean? It means that if we would get the very modern air defense system, this number of shot down missiles could go up to, 80%, 90%, not just half. Because right now we're using the old stuff we used to have before that February 24th. And we're, in very waiting for NASAMS from America, and also from IRIS from Germany. And we hope that maybe there are ways to speed up the receiving of these systems. It basically costs our lives.
You are in Strasbourg, as I mentioned a few moments ago, at a Council of Europe event. What is that event, and is that possible to help Ukraine with the weapons and with the other elements that you need in this war?
Not the Council of Europe as organization, because it's more about human rights and rule of law. But of course, we address delegations because there are more than 40 member states. Most of them are from European continent, obviously, and among them, a lot of NATO countries who have the needed weapons. So of course, we say that we need weapons to stop this. But also, why we are here, we are speaking about establishing a special tribunal, international tribunal about crime of aggression, because it's like, the mother of all crimes. Because the political decisions were taken in Russia to do all of this, and as a Nuremberg process after the Nazi loss in Second World War, there was this trial for not basically not only the people who were in charge, but also people who were responsible for propaganda. And if you look at this Russian TV anchors and what they are writing, what they are doing, they are like, oh, finally, we hit Kiev, we hit Ukrainian cities. Yes, we want to destroy as much as possible. That's also war crime. That's aggression. It's very important to prosecute these so-called journalists, which they are not.
So as you continue your business there at this meeting, what do you expect to do next as a result of this attack today? What's next on your agenda? Because you've been out front talking to people across the world about what was necessary and what's what you needed. I imagine you need to check on home to make sure home's okay. But what are you going to do next?
Well, basically, our plan is the one that was yesterday, is the liberation of our land. And basically, why we see this massive attack? Because on the ground, on the battlefield, Russians are losing. We go, step by step, village by village, liberating our cities and villages in the southern Kherson region, in Luhansk region, in the east. We already liberated Kharkiv Oblast, in the Kharkiv region, and that means they do not have any other tools other than sand missiles and these Iranian drones for our civilians. They're not fighting with military on the battlefield because we kick their ass on the battlefield. So they send missiles. They're cowards. And our army will do what they did yesterday, what they do today, and what they will do tomorrow, fighting on the ground and winning this war.
All right, Yevheniia Kravchuk, member of parliament in Ukraine, thank you. Is there anything you want to add that I haven't asked you about that you think is important today?
I just want to ask American people, we feel your support, and please ask your politicians what they did for Ukraine to help it, not to survive, but to win in this war. And we have proven that we are capable of delivering results. I mean, it's been almost 8 months, and we take our land back. And our spirit is high. It doesn't matter, how many missiles they have. Even kids in school understand that Putin will not win.
Well, thank you again, Yevheniia Kravchuk. Stay safe when you go back home, and good luck with the work you're trying to get done there.
Thank you.